Hey, hey,
Hey.
hey, hey.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all. Happy Friday. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Woo woo.
It's Friday. Yay, yay. What's going on, fam? Come into the space, y'all.
Yes, come on in. We need this vibe with y'all.
Take a seat. Yes. Hey.
Hey.
Y'all look so good today, sisters.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Y'all
sis.
do.
You too.
Super fabulous. I'm just letting the sun glow on me. You know what I'm
Listen,
saying?
you look like you in your oasis right now. You look like you on
Sure
vacation
is.
somewhere, sis.
Absolutely.
In my mind, yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
Even if that's the only place we can go, right?
That's all right. Woo! Yes, we got some people in the space.
People
How
coming
y'all
in, people
doing?
coming in.
Yay! Hey, people.
Welcome. How's everyone today? Y'all specifically, sorry.
How you doing, Nick?
I'm good. I'm trying to start this watch party. I'm good. It's been,
Oh, understood.
listen, y'all. We keeps it real on the sip.
Listen, okay.
And school's about to start on Monday. Y'all say a prayer.
Yes.
Everybody
All the
watching.
All the prayers.
Jesus, okay.
Because it just really got real. It got real this week. There was like a soft start. Real cute, little soft start. Lila, she's good. The kindergarten, it's a different ball game. But we're going to plow through, and I will now add teacher to my resume.
Girl.
Yes, 100%. Every
Teacher.
parent that is homeschooling right now needs to add that to their resume.
I don't know how y'all are doing it.
Honey, there really is no how to. It's just like you have to do.
Right, you just
can't even really think about it. Yeah, it's like
prayers up.
It is
for
what it
real.
is. Thank you, sis.
Hi, Vonette. I see you in here, sis. Hello. We can't wait to talk to you, girl. Well, I'm doing pretty good this week. It's been a challenge, but what else is new, right? Like
week to week.
Girl, I remember, I think me and you was talking about this, Nick. Like, we thought that we knew stress and stuff like that before coronavirus, but it's like every week just seems to be even more challenging.
That's right.
So I just be making it through and having me a little sip. I wish I had me some alcohol in here, but I'm doing what I can. Today I'm having some Santa Cruz limeade and some La Croix, some peach La Croix. So don't come for me, Nick, because I'm not trying to hear you.
Go ahead, Nick, get it.
I'm not trying to hear you shade my favorite drink yet again this week. Okay?
Listen, it makes you happy.
Yes, that's right. Sing it, boo.
It's calorie free. It's what you like, and
it is, and it's delicious.
Who are me to judge? Like, come on stage, sis.
Who are me?
Who are
me to judge?
Listen,
I'll be dying.
Shade my little drink, and it's got juice, and it's got a little sugar in it, so it's got a little sweetness. So you can't really shade my.
I can deal with that. Girl, put some mango juice in there for me. I got it. Don't give me no straight up La Croix. Our special guest will teach us how to say that the proper way.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
She'll break it down.
Oh, and I want to know if she likes La Croix. Yeah, thank you. That's a good question I can ask her.
Let's hope she's with me, okay? Let's hope.
No, ma'am.
Yeah, I don't know.
La Croix is the stuff.
I don't know, actually.
I don't know.
But what you sipping on, Nick?
I'm sipping on a little Paul Mason this evening. Brandy.
Brandy, yes.
Brandy. I really like the mango flavored one. The plain one. It still will get me right. But, you only need a little dab.
Listen, a little dab of do you.
A little dab of do you.
And a little dab of
after a few sips, and then you're good to go. So, yeah, I'm having a little Paul Mason. What you sipping on, Carrie?
So, this peanut butter whiskey.
Ooh,
It's
called-
yeah.
The whiskey you were telling us about.
And it's delicious. And so I have been sipping on this quite frequently since I learned about it last week. So yes.
Yeah.
And you
Yes,
sip
that
it
sounds
straight?
delicious.
You don't add anything to it?
No, sip it straight. So I usually, like, the way that I've been doing it, that I like it, is just putting it in the freezer and let it get real cold. I don't want to do it on the rocks. I don't like it on the rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Tried that one, but yeah. So that's it.
That sounds good.
Salud.
Well, cheers.
I'm jealous of
guys.
y'all. Y'all's drinks sound delicious. Cheers,
Yours looks
everybody.
fancy though.
Hey, listen. Any drink you have can be fancy, darling.
Absolutely.
Doesn't have to have alcohol.
Especially when the Rajulari is involved.
No.
Be classing them up.
Facts.
Yes.
Well, happy
Yes,
Friday, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Sip, guys. We are almost at 1,000 followers on our Facebook. So
Yes,
if any
thank
of our new
y'all.
followers are watching, thank you so much. Please send us a message. Say hi. Don't be shy. You can absolutely find us on Instagram. Wherever there's social media, we are there. So please reach out to us. I'm just so happy we're so close to getting more people in the space and just creating this space for Black women across the globe. And this is our 13th episode, y'all.
Oh, wow.
13
Just
amazing
this year,
Black
y'all.
women that- yes, just this
Wow,
year. We have
yes.
our summer series, and we've been having some incredible Black women on here, y'all. Like, if you're watching and you haven't seen our past episodes, please go and check them out. We've had so many folks. We've a beautiful woman from London, like across the whole country. Like, please go check it out. These women are dropping gems and doing really amazing things in their lives and in their communities. So that's what we here at The Sip are all about. Thank y'all so much. So what we getting into today? I think you wanted to talk about something, Raj.
I did? Oh, what I want to talk about? Dang. Dad, don't put me on the spot. No.
The conversation about the spouses, if they don't like a certain thing.
Oh,
about-
yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay, yes, honey. Okay, let me
let
get
the
it all the
people
way
know.
together.
Let 'em
Yes.
know, let 'em know.
So listen, y'all, I don't have locks anymore, but I still belong to some really amazing lock groups. And one of the groups that I'm in, I don't know who's doing that commenting, but
I don't know.
one of the groups that I'm in is for sister locks. And this woman made a post that said, I want to get sister locks, but my husband says he's not attracted to them. Okay? To be clear, I quote, my husband says he's not attracted to them. Can you ladies post your pictures down below to show beautiful sister locks so I can share them with him and all this kind of stuff? And I sent a text message to y'all because I was like, skirt, hold on a second. First of all, because you had me messed up when you said he's not attracted to natural hair. That was when you lost me. But she, I did post back to her and I said, sis, with all due respect, you don't know me, but please love your hair and wear your hair how you like to wear your hair. And also, if he can't deal with it, let him make that decision, but you make the decision that works for you, for your body. And I guess I'm just curious because I think in relationships, a lot of us have changed our look, changed something about ourselves. So I was just curious if you ladies have ever had to change yourself in a relationship. Would you change your hair if your partner was like, I'm not really feeling that, da-da-da? Or would you stand your ground, and how have you had to deal with that?
Absolutely, I've had to deal with that. I mean, I think with growth comes a change of like attitudes around things like that. When I was 22, 23, still trying to figure out who I was in the world, it would have been great if I had more self-esteem in who I was as a person. Of course, now you cannot do that. But at 23, I was in relationships with men who were like, well, you're too big.
Yes, girl.
I never dated a girl who was a size 10. I'm like size 6 and below, and I stayed with that guy.
Yeah.
And I tried to work out and lose weight for him, and he was never really accepting that I was just a little thicker and had a little belly, okay? But I look back and I'm like, wow, I was young, I was really immature, and I did not know what self-love was.
Yes.
So I think that's really the issue. It's like, it's a self-love issue.
Yeah.
Now, absolutely not. Mr. Aaron Brooks Roberts would not be able to tell me anything. Now, I think it's okay for your spouse to like something about you, or you to put on something special because you know your spouse or your significant other feels a certain way about it. But for somebody to say, I would not be attracted to you if you did X, Y, and Z with your hair and body,
that part.
Throw the whole man away, like you said. Like,
exactly, sis.
No, throw him away. Throw the whole person.
The whole man away.
Exactly.
Oh man.
Yeah,
well,
so.
yeah, and like Camille said, he was trash anyway.
She knows what I'm talking about. She knows what I'm talking about.
Camille been like, throw the whole man away.
I told you.
You trying to tell him, Mo. You trying to tell her, Camille. Yeah.
Done with him. But yeah,
right.
How I feel about that. And I hope that sister like heard your message.
I know.
Really took it in and like is okay with what you said to her and would like do some self-reflection.
Yeah, I just but I'm not. Anyway, go ahead, Carrie, and then I'll.
Oh no, I mean I was gonna say, I mean, if y'all knew me like 4 or 5 years ago, I looked completely different. I carried myself completely different. And that was because not necessarily for like one individual, but have definitely been in a situation where I thought that I had to change myself in order to be accepted in spaces that I wanted to be accepted in. And so now I'm like, I do what works for me, and the love of my life will just have to, this is me. Like at the end of the day, whatever I present is who I am, and that's what you're gonna have to deal with. And if you love me, then you work it out. If I ain't hurt you, if I didn't do nothing to harm you, and I'm just trying to see the beauty in me, then I really don't understand the problem. Or just if you want to try something, like I plan on locking my hair in the near future. I don't know when. I haven't committed to it yet, but when it happens, like whether Candy like it or not, like she's still gonna have to run her hair through these locks. Like it is what it is.
Exactly.
You can't get rid of me. I'm here.
Exactly. That part.
So
well, listen, Mr. Landell has known me with like waist length locks, and I think he really loved my locks, and I appreciate that about him. And now that I have natural hair, he loves my natural hair. He doesn't necessarily always love my little hair pieces, but that's not my problem. Okay, because I like my hair. Sometimes I warn him like, okay, babe, so you're going to see something different today, just so you know. Because ultimately he likes me in my natural state. Amen.
That's right.
But I think the thing that got me the most, not even just about the attracted piece, was sister locks in general are hair from that grows from our head as women of color. It may be it's another style. It's another way that we wear it's another self-expression. So for someone to say to you, I wouldn't be attracted to that terminology I thought was problematic for me. And I just hope that our sisters, as we go through, the next, you go ahead, BAN, I saw that. But as we go through the next, phase in life, don't you ever have nobody tell you they're not going to be attracted to the way you wear your natural hair. Don't you ever, sis. And if you have to have that conversation, it's time to then exit stage left. And go rock your hair. I don't care if you're blonde on Monday, purple on Wednesday, got locks on Thursday, and got straight press on Friday. That's how you feel, and that's how you should rock it.
Exactly.
And like, what does that mean? Like, he's not attracted. Does that mean he's going to leave you if you get them? Does that mean he's going to cheat on you if you get them? Like,
that's what I'm saying. I think that's a conversation that they definitely need to have, and I think she needs to hopefully at some point in time she chooses to understand like what he means by that, because I think that says a lot. If he were to respond that way, I think that says a lot. You know what I mean?
Was
so
my
hopefully
point, yes.
she gets some clarity on that and proceeds to do what works best for her. That's his own.
Sending her some love.
So the SIP has spoken, honey. Wear your hair how you want to wear.
Do what you want. Okay.
The SIP Council has spoken.
The council has decreed.
Raj, you need that gavel, okay?
Yes, okay.
A bedazzled gavel. Let's make
if y'all want to vote for a bling gavel for Raj, I want to be like the diva of the SIP. I've decided already. So Nick said you are.
I'm gonna get you one for your birthday.
Yes. Which is coming up. Which is coming up. You know.
That would be so awesome, honey. Yes, give me the bling, all the bling. Thank you.
All of it. What else is going on, y'all?
Yes. Well, I mean, you know, the Democratic National Convention.
I figured you'd want to talk about that, even though
Just
I
finished.
a bit of it. I'm not going to lie. This weekend
I didn't get to see the
I haven't seen a thing.
Yeah, well, I saw a couple, but I didn't get to see the whole thing.
I saw snippets. I really was not engaged. I wasn't, you know, for me, it's still a cartoon show. It's still a clown circus, no matter what. I've made my decision on who I'm going to vote for, given the state of affairs. I do feel like I think there's an attempt to talk about unity, but again, I'm just like everybody else. Show me the money. I want to see what you'll do when you get in office. Yes, I'm going to vote for Biden, and I'm going to do what I need to do. But you best believe, come day one after inauguration, I'm still going to be looking at you like, what you going to be doing?
What you going to do?
So, you know, I hope that as much as we talk about
Right.
the election, we think about what's going to happen after that. So, we shall see, y'all. That's all I got to say about that.
We shall
I
see.
don't really have much to say about it.
Listen, y'all, vote down the ballot, baby. Vote down the ballot. I just want to remind people every time we on here, vote down the ballot. Listen, I'm just saying.
Right.
Because, yes, it's a presidential election. And that's all of that. Okay, yes.
Local,
okay, but
right.
what about your local legislators? What about your state legislators? Like, please vote down the
That's
ballot.
right.
And make sure you are paying attention to those other elections as well. God damn it.
Right.
There's one
Carrie's
thing.
like, I would like a day off, but y'all motherfuckers. No.
Exactly.
And what's up, Renee? I saw you, girl. Listen, we would love to have live audience events, sis. You already know.
Yes.
Well, don't tempt me, because we will come to San Diego and throw a whole entire event and act a
You know what I'm
fool.
saying? We can find a park somewhere and just chill. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly. So, that's in the plans for
James.
2021, y'all.
Absolutely.
Yes, it
Shout out
is.
to Kamik, Seals. Thank you for watching, ladies. Shout out to James.
Yes,
He's like, let me get my
yes.
drink. Yes, get your drink, brother.
Get your drink, James. Okay.
Get your drink.
yes. And I just want to give a shout out to my homie Alex that's watching on my watch party right now. The one who actually, her and her boo put me up on this peanut butter whiskey.
Ooh.
And so I just want to give a shout out to y'all. Thank you for
Shout out to
always,
Alex.
Yeah.
always being here. Yes, y'all. So
So we ready?
I'm ready to go ahead and introduce
Let's
Yes.
the
Come on.
feeling.
All
Yes.
right. So I feel like every single one of us have our stories, you know, of how we met the wonderful such. And so for me personally, it was going to Porgy and Bess. Was it Porgy and Bess? Yeah, it was Porgy and
Porgy and
Bess.
Bess,
And that Raj and my brother introduced us to, and so, you know, was really, really happy to be in that space. And met this wonderful dynamic like woman that just came, and you know, I'm talking shit, but she gonna come on here, it's all good. Showed up, you know, her little self and all, right, but just so much power and so much energy, and it was just like I gravitated to it. It was, you know, it was damn near impossible not to. And so she's a phenomenal singer, and I'm gonna go ahead and read her bio real quick so y'all know who she is. But music is a universal language, and for such, it is a language of her soul. Growing up the daughter of Haitian immigrants, her life was centered around faith and family. Singing in the church planted the seeds for a music career that is on the rise and touching the world. Following an appearance on American Idol, which took her to Hollywood, Such wrote and recorded Trial and Error, spawning a hit single, Sugar Maple. Her music found a solid following in the UK, where she spent several consecutive weeks atop the soul charts, and in Africa, where she won the All Africa Music Award. Such also discovered a passion for acting and played Celie, the lead character, in the stage adaptation of The Color Purple, earning Broadway World Best Actress and Best Acting Debut awards. Her latest single, Before Dark, a top 40 urban adult contemporary hit, oozes with the growing self-confidence of a woman who knows what she wants and how and when she wants it. Let's talk about it.
Amen.
I've been on this road to discovering who I am as a Black woman and someone who is a little more comfortable in her skin. Such shares this journey with her new album, Wide Nose Full Lips, which I'm grateful to be a part of. Inspired by challenges such as police brutality and a desire to flip the mainstream standards of beauty, Wide Nose Full Lips is an unapologetic love letter to Blackness. She is currently touring and looks forward to creating unforgettable bonds and memories with music lovers everywhere. So, welcome y'all, the one, the only, the fabulous Search. What's up, sis?
Hi, beautiful.
Hi.
What's
I was
up?
like, ooh, who is that? Like, she sounds dope.
Right? She
These bios, honey.
Yes, honey.
Yes.
You know how bios are. They be making you sound amazing. But I'm
Yeah,
so...
listen.
Y'all, thank you for having me.
Of course.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
for being
And
here.
you know, y'all have been killing it. The Sip is an amazing, amazing podcast. And I'm so thankful to be a part. So...
Aw, thank you.
Thank
so
you,
much.
sis.
Thank you.
We are so excited to have you, girl.
We sure are. We've been wanting
The
you
dope,
for a while,
Black,
so.
beautiful women that have been on here, like dropping all
Yeah.
the gems, you know.
All the
So
gems.
just grateful that you were
Yeah.
able to, you know, share this time with us for sure, for sure.
Absolutely.
So we usually start off with the question of the day.
Okay.
So I'm gonna jump right on into that. And while I'm actually pulling it up, what you sipping on there, Such?
Yeah.
Moscato. You know, I
Yes,
don't...
Yes.
Moscato.
Cannot go wrong with Moscato.
Y'all already know I'm a lightweight, so I don't do the real stuff.
You gonna drink half a glass and be done.
Like 2 ounces and out.
Right.
That's all
Right.
That's all I got.
Word. Well,
Any
cheers.
kind of
sis.
white wine or sparkling is good in my
Right?
book. So
Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
Amen to that. All right, so I found an app for this now because I was just like, I need to get my life together. And so the app that produces these questions, this one stood out to me. So someone screwed up your reincarnation papers. Pretend that we can reincarnate, right? Well,
no.
if you believe in that or whatever, because I believe in it. So someone screwed up your reincarnation papers, and you're reborn as yourself.
good job.
You start your whole life over with all of the knowledge and wisdom or lack thereof that you had when you died.
Ooh.
How do you live your life differently?
Or do you?
That's a
Do
great
you, exactly.
Or
Or
do
do
you?
you? Ah, da, da, da. So-
I think I would live my life differently because I had already lived it. So I feel like since I already experienced it the way that it was,
Right.
maybe I would be like, yo, is there a shortcut to this? Maybe if I could tell I don't think it would be so many things that would be different, but I definitely think that I would tell myself to not sweat the small stuff, to be kinder to myself, and to be more confident. Because I feel like confidence goes such a long way. Be like, if I could start life already being like, yo, I'm great just the way I am, I feel like that's eons ahead
Yes.
of where I started life. You know what I mean? Like, if I could just already be good in my skin, I think,
That right there. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, I'm like, what's that saying?
I would live
No, that's real.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's real.
Yeah.
I mean, like, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go. You go.
No, so I was just gonna say, like, you know, piggybacking off of what Such said, I would definitely just know to trust myself more, like to just trust me, like, because you know, definitely, have had to learn to not have to seek outside of myself for like the best things in this world, like everything that I want and love. I feel like resides right here, and I just have to engage with the world with that understanding, and then, but besides that, like, I'm not even gonna lie, I would just know that there is because like, I grew up, like, we all grow up in this system, right? But like, you know, especially for those that were raised in like a very, very, like, you know, strict type of church, like for me personally, I would want to separate myself from that earlier, or at least have a better understanding of my relationship with God, and not the prescribed way that I was taught to understand my relationship with God, but to know like the God within me first, and you know, navigate life that way. So yeah, those are the things I would definitely want to hold on to, for sure.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I wouldn't want to do. I wouldn't want to do the coronavirus twice. Okay, you can do that.
I know that's right.
If I got to come back, y'all can just skip on over that part.
Right. Skip it. Right.
Yeah.
No, but in all seriousness, that's why I was kind of torn about what I do. Would I do it differently, or would I live now? I think because I'm finally at the point where I feel good in my skin and I feel good about myself, and I think I had to go through some things to get to this point. So it's tough because it's like when people are always like, do you have any regrets, or is there anything you would do over? I think that trusting yourself and how you feel about yourself, I would definitely change that sooner. But all the lumps, it's like, it made me feel this awesome today. So that's great. Yeah.
That's true.
Honey, you know, I definitely hear that, Raj, 100%. But piggybacking off too, like Carrie said, and such, I think because of how I grew up in that stifled environment, I would be trying to figure out how I could get out of that church so quick. Like, and honestly, maybe try to sway my family that there is a better life, and y'all don't really have to be this rigid, and you know, God is like everywhere, and you're boxing God in, you're boxing yourselves in, and I know this now. And then the confidence piece, like that's probably number one for me. Like if I had just been able to tell myself that I was dope when I was younger, it would have saved me so much heartache. If I would have been able to trust my actual mind, like the power of my brain, if I had been able to say, if somebody had told me like, yes, your mind is beautiful, and what you feel is important. You know, that would be a piece that I would just rock and roll with, y'all, because this is a great question, Carrie. It really
is.
Listen, this app is for those that are interested. Is called Party Cues, like the letter Q. Party Cues, yes. And so they have a bunch. They have a bunch of different questions. They have some really interesting ones too, but. Yeah, no, I mean, I thought that was, I definitely, like, that, it just stuck out to me, because I sometimes think about that. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, I know we're all products of our experiences, and like you said, Raj, I'm super, super grateful for what I have experienced, so that I can be who I am today, you know, like, I'm grateful for that. However, if I could do it over with the knowledge I have, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably fast forward a few years, you know, like, I would probably start a few decades in, you know what I'm saying, like, as far as my mentality, right, and like, you know, where I am and how I position myself in the world, for sure. But you know, but I would be really interested to see, like, with that, and to be honest, I believe in reincarnation in different ways, and so I don't understand it, because who does, but oh wait, what just happened? Oh, okay.
There we go. Did you guys see her face in the picture? It had disappeared.
Yeah,
it did.
I tried to come out and go back in, and it fixed it. Yay!
But I can see her now.
Technology. We good. I don't know what I was saying. I'm just.
No, you were just talking about, like, there are some parts you could skip over and stuff like that. I agree. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
There's some mistakes I didn't need to make.
Right.
100%.
Live that. Yeah.
Right. Like, if I know better, I'm gonna do better. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yep.
But maybe that's it too, though, y'all. That's the thing, is like, I feel like the hard knocks that you get, especially the ones that we give ourselves, especially the realizations we have to get to over a long period of time.
Yeah.
The defiance that you have about living your life, Carrie, like, so passionately and so, you know, regardless of anybody. Maybe you might have gotten there if you had a different upbringing, but how powerful and fierce are you now? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
I'm
there's
grateful,
something to be said for that too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm super grateful.
Because I wouldn't be living probably this boldly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I know I wouldn't if I didn't. Yes.
Like, if it wasn't for those experiences and knowing, like, there was something different outside of that, you know?
Right. Absolutely. So to the public, to the sippers,
right?
What would you do if, you know, you had reincarnated and you literally came back into the same exact life? Like, how would you do it differently? Would you do it differently? And I think that's extremely important for us to reflect on even now, you know what I'm saying? So that, like, we can analyze where we are and see what we would like to change moving forward in our lives. It's not too late. You know what I'm saying? It's not too late. So
I think now is the perfect time, because if whatever it is that you don't like, that you can't do, now is the perfect time to craft it and say, okay, I'm going to do something different. When all this is over, I'm going to study now so that I can have a different job when I'm out, or I'm going to start a business or whatever.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That is so true.
Absolutely.
That's the unique thing. Yeah, that's the unique thing about this time. That like, as much as we're like, oh my gosh, it's completely cringeworthy. Most of the time, there are certain things where I'm like, yo, I really have time to sit and reflect and figure out, how do I want to show up in the world when things return back to normal, right? Like, I have time to think about that and be like, yo, here are some things that I know I've always needed to work on, but I've always had some excuse. I'm too busy, I'm too that. And now I can actually, and that's what I think has been like the duality of the coronavirus, right? Is that like, a lot of people are not comfortable with just sitting with themselves. Me included, where I've had to get real comfortable.
It took a minute. Yeah, it took a minute. I was like, oh,
I'm still here. Who am I, right? Like, I think so many times we're defined by what we do or whatever else. And so when those things are put on pause, like, who are we and how do we want to show up? So it's definitely, I mean, 2020 really is a year of perfect vision, because I feel like we're seeing all the things.
Girl.
Clearly.
Whether you like it or not.
Yeah, clearly.
And how ironic, because that was like the tag.
Clearly.
Right? Like,
it's like 2020 vision.
Yeah. And Adrian, who, what's up, Adrian, from my page? I see you, sis. I hope you're doing good in Alabama. She said, I would definitely follow my dreams more diligently. People like to stay busy in order to forget about their problems in terms of the coronavirus instead of sitting still.
That's true.
Well said, sis.
I love that.
Camille said, I'd be so tall I could play ball.
Hey! Okay.
I know, that's
But you coming back at yourself, Camille. Are you saying like you would be tall on the inside, like Allen Iverson was like, no, I'm gonna play ball. You know what I'm saying? I don't care.
Like, what was it, Muggsy Bogues, who played, and he was a little short thing.
Listen,
it's a little thing.
However it works.
Right.
Exactly, right? You be like, no, I know I could play ball. You know what I'm going. I'm like,
I am.
Word. No, I love it. Absolutely. So yes. Yeah, no, that was dope. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dive like into this interview and just ask Such some questions, about, well, first of all, Such, for those the sippers that don't know who you are, please tell the sippers who is Such.
Can I just hold on? Can y'all keep talking for 1 second? Because it turns out, listen, technology always gets me, right?
What happened was what
Wait a minute. I'm about to die, and I need to charge it. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, no.
I will be right there. Okay.
No, it's okay.
I was like, what is this notification that I'm getting? Hold on. I'm just going to like switch out headphones.
No, do your thing.
Okay. So
the revolution will have technical difficulties.
Y'all.
But Kamik Seal said she would definitely be less critical of self. That's dope, sis.
I love that.
Yes. We got to remember that.
Amen.
Today, even. Not in
and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm hoping as we're saying this, we're thinking about this as like a moment, where maybe we can start over just a little bit, as far as our relationship with self, right? And so how do we engage with ourselves moving forward? Like, this is your reincarnation moment. What are you going to do from here on? You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So,
can y'all hear me clearly?
Yes.
You can? Okay. Raj, what's going on?
There's a hum. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's like a huge hum. And then there's been people, we have these people that drive in our neighborhood with the booming systems, and it just sounds like your whole house is shaking. So that's why I put it on mute. Sorry. Really, Carrie? Really? No.
Y'all gonna know I'm coming down the street. Like, hold on.
I'll be wanting to go out there and be like, God dang it, you're shaking my windows. Okay.
Howdy, neighbor.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Phone is getting charged. We good.
Go ahead, girl.
So you want to tell them about me?
Who is Such? Yes, tell the sippers.
I'm a singer. I'm a former nurse. I'm a mother. I'm an actress. I'm a friend. I'm a sister.
Yeah.
I'm a Black woman.
Amen.
And I would say, I feel like my journey to like coming into self was such an interesting one because I, just thinking about like the clarity of things, I think that, like, going back to your question, Carrie, like, it's not that I didn't know who I was or that I didn't know music was my thing. I think I just there had never been that just strengthening of listening to yourself, right? So I think music's always been in my life. I grew up in church. My dad's a pastor. My older sister sang. I think my earliest memory of singing is like in the children's choir at church when I was like 2 or 3. As soon as I hit elementary school, I started playing the flute. I joined every choir possible. Like, I knew I loved music. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, it wasn't like,
absolutely.
but somehow I think because I had never seen people, once again, which is why representation matters in all kinds of ways. Because if you don't see it, you don't even know that it's a possibility.
Right.
And so I just never thought that, like, I didn't know any, adults who were entertainers, who were actors, who were singers. Like, that was not in the realm of possibility to me. And so I was like, oh, okay, then it's just going to be my hobby. And I'll go into the medical field. So, when I was little, I thought I wanted to be an obstetrician. Then as I got older, I was like, okay, I think I want to be a physical therapist.
Can I say something?
Say something.
Can I just say that is like the track for every West Indian woman? Like, no, I'm just saying, real talk, and it's a beautiful thing. Like, we're caretakers, but I'm just saying it's so interesting to me how many like Jamaican and Haitian women I know that have become nurses and doctors over time. You know what I'm saying? Anyway.
And I'm not knocking it. I think it's because like our parents and our family know that that's a stable career.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's not even
100%.
like they're, trying to like stifle your dreams. They're just like, yo,
right.
I immigrated to this country. I need you to do better. Like, I need to make sure that my kids are set. And so I think the first time that I was like, oh my gosh, I really want to be a musician was when I was 15. My band director, he came up to me and he was like, yo, there's this group called the Grammy High School Jazz Ensembles, and I think you should audition for it. And I was like, okay, what is this? So I looked it up, and it was basically a 10-day all expenses paid trip to LA. It was high school students from all over the nation, including Canada and Mexico. Nice. And so they had the jazz choir, the jazz band, and the jazz combo. And so, I sent in my VHS.
VHS. Yes.
So, and I got in, and it was like, and literally it was the coolest experience ever, because that was the first time that I had ever experienced like a slice of a musician's life. So it was a crazy 10 days. All the kids there, and I was extremely intimidated because all the kids there already knew they wanted to be musicians. They all went to performing arts high schools. Some of them had even put out albums, like, for
wow.
They were all like, oh, we're on the fast track. And I had never had a vocal lesson in my life. I was just like, sing. I didn't go to a performing arts high school, but like, it was really cool where we recorded an album. We performed at jazz clubs all over LA. We performed at the Grammy nominee party. And then we ended with going to the Grammys. Yes.
Girl, yes.
That's dope.
Amazing.
Yeah. Can they do that for adults?
Right.
I want to go. I want to go.
Right.
I'll get my VHS ready.
Yes. Right. Many of those kids that like I met there have gone on to do amazing things. Some I think one of the girls, she went on to become like a Broadway star. Wow. Jessie Boykins. Do y'all know who Jessie?
Yeah. I love Jessie Boykins.
Yes.
I love him.
Yes. Like,
he's amazing.
Wow.
Yes.
I love him.
A dude named Peter Sincati, like he was a jazz pianist, like all these, so it was just really cool. And so when I did that, I came back and I was like, oh my gosh, I know this is what I want to do. Like, I got this. Yes. So I did research and I looked up the nearest performing arts high school. At the time, we were living in Massachusetts, about an hour outside of Boston. And the closest one was in Boston. So I like made a whole PowerPoint presentation for my parents. And I was like, I'll take, I'm going to take I knew I was going to take the training. And I was like, I'm laying it out to them. Like, this is what I want to do. I did the presentation for them, and they were like, "No, baby."
Oh no!
And you know what? The thing is, like, I don't blame them, because I really think that it came from a place of them not knowing. You know what I mean? And it's really scary to think about your kid being a musician. Like, that don't sound stable.
There's a lot of fear.
Yeah, and I think they were just like, "Yo, I don't want you to be a struggling musician." They were like, "We support you, but that cannot be your plan A. And so I think just from that point on, I just was like, okay, then music will be it'll be my outlet. It'll be my hobby.
Right.
It's just not going to be my career. And so I got my first degree in exercise science, pre-physical therapy.
Yeah.
And then, because I was still holding on to that physical therapy thing.
Right.
Then when I started working as a physical therapist aide, all the PTs were like, don't be a physical therapist, go be a nurse. Like, it's faster schooling, like, you know, it's less saturated fields. And so I was like, okay, I'll do it. So I became a nurse, went to Regis, and worked as a nurse for 4 years. And then the earthquake hit Haiti, and that completely changed my life. Like, if there's one point that I could like point to where I was like, yo, and my life was going down this path, and literally just like shifted going down this path. As tragedy usually does, right? Like,
absolutely.
Tragic things and experiences just bring clarity to situations that you didn't have clarity on before, and things that you thought were so like high in your priority list suddenly don't matter, and vice versa. And that's what the earthquake did for me. It was definitely one of those things where I was like, yo, life is short. I know that I've always wanted to do this, and I've got to do it. Like, it became so clear. So I went down to Haiti as a nurse 10 days after the earthquake. Was like in the trenches. I mean, doing all kinds of things. You know, watching amputations, being a part. I mean, it was just such and I felt so changed from that experience. At the time, I had traditional locks that I was in a tent city, and I was like, is anybody a barber? And he came and he shaved all my locks off, because I was like, I need to just, I felt so changed inside. I needed it to be reflected on the outside. And so when I came back, I just had this conviction. I didn't know how I was going to phase out nursing. I didn't know how. I didn't have any industry connections. Like, so many people in the industry have connections. Like, and that's what I've learned. Like, they got a friend, they got a family member, they got an uncle. You know what I mean? And I did not have any of it. And so when I think about, like, my former self, like, she was so brave that even though I didn't know how to do this, I was like, I'm gonna have to figure it out. Because my desire was stronger than like my fear of failure. And so my whole first album was like recorded in my basement. And you know, I listened to my first album, and sometimes I cringe, like, ooh, that is not, ooh, you know, the production, my vocal choices, how
it's
I
so
sound,
funny.
just, you know what I mean? Like,
Girl,
yes.
The reality is, and I think this is something that like applies to all of us. Is so many times, like, we want perfection on the first try that we don't even do it at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so thankful for my first album, because without my first album, there wouldn't have been a second album. There
Exactly.
wouldn't have been a third album.
Exactly.
Like, none of those things would have happened, y'all. And so it gave me the opportunity to be critiqued, to be able to grow. And, you know, I'm a perfectionist. So, like, that was really scary, because I was like, I want it to be, like, amazing. It needs to win Grammys. And it's like, nah, there's always a journey. There's a process. And, we've got to be present and enjoy the journey. Because I think about, like, if one day you woke up and you were, you know, a cajillionaire, and you had, you know, 10 Grammys, but couldn't remember the process, would it matter?
Right.
Not at all.
I want the experiences.
I didn't remember how this came to pass. Like,
right.
So much of life is really, it is the journey that matters.
The journey.
I mean, the end goal is great, but like, it's the path to that. So, okay, I've been talking a lot. Sorry.
No, you good. You're good. That you dropping all the gems.
Yeah.
Somebody went to high school with you. Hi, Teresa.
Hey.
Oh, really?
With Super Sauce.
Yes, honey.
yes. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
I had a couple of questions for you just based on that. So, what album are you on right now? Number
3.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to talk about that a little bit, but you mentioned something that I just wanted to ask you about. You said that, like, you, you know, before you decided to, like, jump on in fully to your music career, right? Into your music career. You said that you were really brave. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a bravery there that you recognized. Where do you think that bravery came from? If you don't mind me asking.
That's a good question. Honestly, I feel like I was always brave. I just maybe had been too afraid to tap into that side of me. I feel like this journey has allowed me to discover new facets of myself.
Yeah.
And the narrative that I was taught was never bravery. Like, it's interesting. As I'm telling you, like, the Rona, she's been revealing things to me.
Right.
Girl,
But I think about,
Revealing.
for real, like, what were the messages that I was taught? Like, the other day when I saw AOC when she was going in on that representative. Did y'all
Oh,
see
yeah,
she
yes,
was like,
yes.
My parents did not
Yes.
No apology.
Exactly.
Right. And I was like, what were the messages? And it had me thinking about my childhood and what were the messages that were passed down to me as far as the kind of person that I should show up in the world. And I don't think brave was one of them. I really think that one thing that was really, and I think I considered it to be my superpower was to be very likable. And I learned at a very young age that if I'm likable, I can get a lot of things that I want. Right. So here was a message that, you know, traveled with me and you know, being non-confrontational, to be appeasing, to be all these different things, because that's where I saw results.
I get that,
like,
yes.
Okay, if I'm likable, if I'm whatever, then I'm gonna do this, that, and the third. So I think that there came a point where I was like, I don't know how this is going to be done, but I have faith in myself. And I have faith in the blood that runs through my veins that I will figure it out.
Amen.
I will figure this out. Whatever that looks like. And I think that was the beginning of me really discovering myself, really stepping into my superpower, and also becoming a mom. I think becoming a mom, really, I would say that there were two things that really thrusted me into the music industry, which is interesting because so many times people ask me like, yo, like, is it tough because you're a mom, you know, and whatever else? And I was like, I started like my musical journey with Psy. So I've only ever known that while being a mother. So it's never been like two separate things, you know what I mean? And I really think that like giving birth to him and looking at him in the face and being like, yo, I don't want to be that kind of parent that lives vicariously through their child. I was like, that will not be me, because I really need him to know that he is so powerful and that he can do anything that he puts his mind to. And what kind of person would I be if I'm like, you can do that, but I'm not doing it?
Right. Preach.
That part.
There's no.
I was gonna ask you and Mo to tag team on that one. Like, can we talk about it, please?
Absolutely.
Preach.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I'm like, there's just no way. So I was like, there's no way that I am going to, you know, have a child in this world and him not know his full potential. And the best way that I can do that is do it myself. It's, you know, and I think so many times, like, you know, our parents will be like, we want you to be happy. We want you to be happy. We want you to choose, you know, things that'll make you happy. But then you're looking at them and even though you say something, what you do actually is what they're going to ingest and what they're going to replicate in their lives.
That's right.
And I'm like, nah, I really got to do this. And I, if I want Sai to be able to understand the importance of taking care of himself before he tries to take care of others, that's something that I have to do.
Right.
So,
honey, I can relate.
Right.
1,000%. My journey's a little different because I've been doing music all my life, and I knew that was what I was going to do. So having kids, for me, I saw other musicians who would have children and then quit because they felt they had to choose between motherhood and being a musician. And for me, I'm like, no, having children is just another extension of who I am, and I get to show my kids how they can literally make their dreams come true with hard work. Like I love what you said about that. It's like, but I will say that since I've had Lila and Miles, I work harder. It pushes me harder because it's the same thing that you said. How can I tell my babies to not be afraid and to do things, and then I'm like, but I'm not gonna do it. Like you said, they're watching me, and they don't care about what I say at all.
That's right.
We saw you do that, mommy. We saw you do that. So the thing that they see it, like see me working towards my dreams, see the frustration, see the highs, see
Right.
the lows, see the
Right.
good, the bad of it, so that they will know that nothing that you want to do, it does not come without struggle. But
That's
that
right.
the struggle is what makes the whole thing beautiful. And like, look where I'm at. Like, Lila's in drum lessons now, and like she gets frustrated with some of the, and I'm like, she's like, how do you just play? And I'm like, baby, I've been practicing for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah,
You have
that
to
part.
work hard. And she's like, okay. So she sees me practicing in the bathroom. I make sure I show her I'm practicing in the bathroom. She goes and grabs her sticks, gets her little drum pad, and practices without me even saying anything. So
That's right.
I love that. We have to set these examples. And like you said, I refuse to live vicariously through my kids.
I'm not doing it. For
No,
real.
no, no, no.
Mm-mm.
I want them to live their absolute entire best lives.
Yes. Yes.
And y'all deserve to, and like you said,
And
y'all
I
deserve
wanna
to
live
live
mine.
yours.
Exactly.
Hell
Seriously.
yeah.
Yes.
And that's
Hell yeah.
What a wonderful, like, I can't think of a greater gift to give our kids.
Right.
Like,
Honey,
for them to be able to see, like, yo, like, my mom, like, she did her thing, like, she lived her dream, and I know that it's possible for me to do that. And then I think about
Right.
also, like, when it's time for them to have their own families, what are the messages that they're going to also pass down? Is it going to be
Yes.
martyrdom? You know what I mean? Like, you're sacrificing, you killing yourself? No. Or is it going to be, this is fulfilling?
Yeah.
You know, all of these different facets of our lives can be fulfilling. So,
Yeah. And on the
Absolutely.
flip side, I mean, we've seen what our previous generations have done or not done when it comes to self-care and taking care of themselves.
right.
And it's like, when are we going to break that cycle? How do we
Yes.
do better for the next generation?
absolutely.
So true.
Absolutely.
Honey.
Yes.
Well, I have a question for
Thank you for that. Thank you.
Mhm.
It's in a different direction, but really important, I feel. So, I feel like with everything that's going on now in the world, and that statement that Nina Simone made about the responsibility of the artist to reflect the times, how important is that to you? Because some people, they just like, my music is separate, this is over here, they compartmentalize things. How do you feel about that?
You mean in regards to
Like, how do you feel that your music and your artistry, how do you feel about what you're doing? Should it reflect the times that we're currently
Absolutely.
in?
There's no doubt in my mind that it should. I feel like it's so important, and a responsibility of an artist to be. First off, I think that, like, I think somebody said that, like, we're the, like, emotions of the time, and we're the ones who sort of hold people emotionally responsible and accountable.
Temperature.
And I think that's, like, the artist has always been avant-garde and always, like, on the cusp of things, and always, I think, bringing the humanity back to things. So, in all forms of artistry. So I feel like it's definitely my responsibility to do so. And I don't really see things as, like, separate or different, as far as, like, motherhood's over here, artistry's over here. It's all me. It's all in me. One impacts the other. So it is not really a separation. And I feel like if we have platforms, we need to use it. And I don't think now is the time for us to be, tiptoeing, being afraid of things. I think now's the time for us to stand up, because we know what's right. That's the thing. Like, this is not rocket science.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we know what's right. We know what's right. It's time for us to use it right.
Absolutely. I've always said, like, if you give me the mic, you fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I have real talk. Like, if you give me, absolutely, you give me the mic, you give me an opportunity to talk about what's real. Like, well, that's exactly what you about to get. Like, I'm not here just for your entertainment. Like, I might entertain you in the process, and that's what makes me so powerful. Is that, like, and I feel that with all of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, with all artists, that's what makes us so powerful. And I personally believe that, like, we have this beautiful, and it's a responsibility, but it's just this beautiful gift that we offer to be able to remind people what they're fighting for. You know what I'm saying? Like, as we are reminding people of our humanity, as we're reminding people of what we deserve, as we're reminding people of the beauty and the love of life, as we're talking about traumatic events, but also bringing into it the reclamation of ourselves. Like, I think that it reminds people of exactly what they wake up and like, you know, desire every day to accomplish something that is closer to liberation. You know what I'm saying? And in their personal lives. And so yeah, if you give me the mic, I'm just, for anybody on here that wants to book Carrie Joy,
don't do it.
if you give me the mic, I'm just letting you know, like, you know, I'm gonna bring it. That's it.
Right.
But yeah, absolutely.
I think that's where we need to be, and I feel like that's something that has been beautiful that has come out of these times. I feel like people that have felt more uncomfortable in the past with saying things are speaking up, are using their platforms, are being like, okay, enough is enough. And so once again, 2020, yo.
Man.
And how much longer do we have? It's just August.
Oh my God.
Yo, it has been like 5,000 years this year. It has been a long year.
I don't even remember February.
Like,
I know.
It's wild.
I know.
Really
Pre-corona.
And I'm nervous though, because I'm not even gonna lie, this second wave is coming, and I'm just like, what's 2021 gonna actually look like? Because I need it to be some kind of different.
I don't think it's gonna be any different.
Right, I don't either.
Hoping.
But
Me and Nick be talking about vacation plans, and it's like, can we really plan a vacation? What are we gonna do? You know? Listen, y'all, we're
allowed in other countries first.
Exactly.
Right, and they're smart for not allowing us, because clearly we like we don't give a fuck. Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, who else are y'all?
Single solitary.
I just wanted to say, for anybody who's listening, if you see somebody, I don't know why someone's making weird comments right now. If y'all are still listening, we have deleted that person. Post your comments so we know that you're still here. Please share this, y'all. Share this post so that we can get more Black Girl magic out into your social media webs. And we're not going to allow no haters to come in and do no comments.
Don't need no hateration.
Listen, we sprinkling all kinds of Black girl positivity up in here.
Right.
So go somewhere. Forgive me, y'all. I just had to.
No. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Hi, Steffi. I see you, sis. Hey, thank y'all. Hi, Donna. Thank you, guys.
Hey, so speaking of like vacations and stuff, right?
Yes.
And you know, those opportunities for us to kind of escape a little bit. What have you been doing for, you know, self-love? What have you been doing for grounding? What have you been doing to just enjoy yourself with all the madness going
on? So I've been doing a lot more journaling, which has been really healing for me. And just giving myself grace. Like, we are all in mourning, y'all. And mourning, you go through all the different stages of grief.
Yes.
And I feel like, you know, some days I'm in acceptance and I'm like, okay, I got this. Like, I am having a good day. I understand this is the new norm. And then other days I'm like, what just happened? Like, where did my whole life go? And what? Right? Like, other days I'm reeling, other days I'm angry. And I feel like what has really helped me is to be able to write it out, to get it all out on paper. I've also been doing a lot more yoga and meditation just in general, because I feel like I've been carrying a lot of the stress in my body. And so I need to like release it and be more grounded in general. So that's been helping. And then also just amazing walks. Those have been just life-saving. Like going on walks with the family. And I think listening to good music always
always.
You know what I mean? Discovering new artists. Which, y'all, I don't know why I'm so late to this, but why did I just discover Masego? Like, for real.
And he was
That's my dude. I work with him.
Anyway, so
he's mine.
So everybody in my household now is constantly singing, you know, Masego songs or whatever.
Yeah.
Just like that, you know? And
you know he's Jamaican, right? Well, I know you know,
here she go.
You know he's Jamaican, right? Boop, boop, boop. We in the house. Come on.
I love it.
I was like,
Word.
But like, you know, definitely that. And also having celebrations. Like, I think that is such a healthy thing. And to have fun, like, you know, family game night, like stuff like that is just really healing. And okay. Like, I feel like the times are so heavy that sometimes I haven't given myself permission to have fun.
Right.
to have light moments, you know what I mean?
Yes.
To
Yes.
enjoy times, to have little small celebrations. Like Mo was talking about, this was the first week of our kids go to the same school. So the soft start, you know what I mean? And the school starts next week. Like, you best believe, come next Friday, I will be celebrating. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I'm just saying, like, stuff like that, I think is really important to be able to like hold on to those things, especially when things can feel so heavy, and like we're just being bombarded from every 360 bombardment. So I'm just
absolutely. I would love to know your thoughts on, I share with you the fact, being a professional musician and doing this full time and solely, and so I think certain folks, when you have conversations with them about like what's going on, they don't really get it if they don't live like this life of like full-time artists, and like all your career trajectory got wiped out in a day.
Done.
It's like,
that's real.
Yes, you can be grateful for your virtual gigs and things of that nature, but it's not the same as being busy and booked and busy traveling. And so if things never return back to normal, how does that make you feel? And because girl, I am depressed about it. Like if I think about it for too long, because I feel like I've worked so hard.
That's right.
To get to this point in which I am in my career, and I'm so proud of myself. That, for me, I was like, wow, this is the year I'm releasing my album. And
that's right.
And you just released your album last August, and it's like, how do you feel about it? Like, real talk, like, how do you feel about the future?
It's so rough, honestly.
Yeah.
And it's hard. Like, I mean, I literally, like, Carrie and I were on the road. You know what I mean? Like,
we was on tour.
Right. No, yeah, we're killing.
You know what I mean? Like, we were going up.
Yeah.
And it was astounding. And I think that even when things shut down, I don't think I realized then how impactful it was going to be and what the scope was and how long it could potentially be. And that's why I said I have some good days where I'm like, it's okay, it'll come back in some capacity. And then other days I'm like, what just happened? Like, I was just on tour opening up for PJ Morton in London.
Yes.
Like, girl. You know what I mean? So that just feels
by the way.
Like,
so dope. You gotta, take a moment.
But I'm like, what are we gonna do now? And thinking about like the struggle of venues, and it's just so holistic and just huge when I think about it. Like how big the issue is. It's not just, it's just like you and I, you know what I mean, Mo? But like it's all
everybody.
It's global,
worldwide.
It's global.
Everybody.
Yeah.
And it's venues across the world. Like it really starts to get like staggering and just super depressing when you think about the scope of it.
Yeah.
Do I think that things will return to whatever our new normal will be? Yes, I do. What that's going to look like or how long that's going to take?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I feel like there has to, I don't know, part of me on the days that I'm feeling optimistic, I am like, this has, from like all this pain and heartache and whatever else, I feel like it's sort of like, what is the process for like becoming a diamond or something? Like I thought it was like, what if that's this process? Like, what if
the butterfly?
To come out
the pressure.
because there's so
like a
don't you
metamorphosis.
feel like there's so much pressure? Like, we're being like really smushed.
Absolutely.
Like, and I'm like, there has to be something good that comes out of this. Like, maybe we're all gonna come out and just be like, you know what I mean? Like, like shining. So those are on the days that I'm feeling optimistic. The days that I'm, like, I'm depressed is just like, I try to be kind to myself and I cry and I'm like, this is where it's at. And I have, and we have every right to feel this.
100%. Thank you for saying that.
We have every right.
That part, Carrie.
Yeah.
Because I'm sick of the Ivankas.
Tell us more. Tell us more, man.
The who?
The Ivanka Trump.
What happened?
Just what Ivanka get a new career. At 40 with 2 kids, just go back to school. Maybe it's time to find something else.
Spoken from a and I'm a chick who has not worked a day in her
A
life.
day.
Right.
A
Whose
day,
daddy?
man.
Whose daddy looks at her in a sexual way?
I can't even. That's a whole
Jesus.
nother.
And that's the truth right there.
And
That's
that
the
is
truth.
That
What
is
you
the
not
truth.
gonna do? And
Just
there's a lot
right.
of folks that are like that though. There's
That's
been a
right.
lot of folks like, well, you just have to become resourceful and you just have to figure. Listen, can I get through the day?
It's the same bootstrap
Yes.
mentality.
Can I
It's the same
it's
Exactly.
the same bootstrap mentality.
Exactly.
It's like, yes, I am going to eventually work myself into a better mindset about this, but I got stripped overnight. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, boom, everything gone. So
Right.
it's like we have to work through it, and yes, I'm having to diversify my portfolio, so to speak.
Right.
You know,
Right.
figure out another way to make income and all these other things. But I still get to be really upset and in my feelings
You do.
that things happen this way. You know,
Yeah.
Ivanka,
Absolutely.
shove it.
Shove it.
Okay, girl, get your life.
I'll stick to that, okay?
Right.
Oh, I already
I'd be
said.
so
Oh,
over.
sorry.
I'd be like,
But yes.
girl. But yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
real. That's real. Such. Tell the world about Wide Nose Full Lips.
Oh,
Yes.
And-
Tell us.
And we're about to share some of the goodness, the visual goodness. But yes, please tell them about Wide Nose Full Lips.
well, Wide Nose Full Lips, it took me a while to write because I feel like for me to have anything to say, I have to live. So I think, I needed to sit
It's on dress.
because I know, right? That red dress. Anyways, I think I had to sit, I had to live, I had to really soak things in, and I had to really think about how I felt about myself, the messaging that I had been taught. And I feel like Wide Nose Full Lips, if I could summarize it into two things, it would be a love letter to Blackness and really just a tribute to me falling in love with myself. Because, man, God knows I did not love myself. Okay. And I think it's the messaging that I've received from, of course, media and all these different things that let me know that somehow I was less than. But I also had, a family member who told me probably when I was like 4 or 5 that my nose was too wide and that I needed to pinch it to make it more beautiful so I could look more beautiful and whatnot.
Seriously.
And so I think, and I didn't really think about it, but it's something that I think definitely stayed with me and was something that really influenced how I showed up in the world and how I navigated different situations and what I call those different situations, like, thinking that I wasn't good enough, thinking that I wasn't beautiful, thinking all these different things. And so, I love Wide Nose Full Lips because I feel like it was such a full expression of who I am and continue to be. Like even, the way that I approached the music, and I always wanted to make sure that I was in a good space when I was recording, recording from a space of feeling good within myself, comfortable in my skin, to, just enjoying the whole process. And so I love that album. I really, really do. I do. And
Great album.
What's your favorite song on the album?
I don't have one.
I know
don't
it's hard.
have
That's like, what's your favorite baby?
Like some days, okay, so I don't know. Like I really
Which one did you write first?
the song that I wrote first was Before Dark.
Oh yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Before Dark was
that
written
song is
like
a
so
vibe.
long ago. Like, and I just remember when that song, when I finished writing it, I was like, oh, this is a good one. Like I just I knew it in my spirit. And
That's a baby making song, honey. I love that.
You already That's
You
right.
see it all in that dress right there. No?
Exactly.
Oh my God.
That's why I had to stop with you. I just had to pause right there. You know what I'm saying?
Can I tell y'all something funny about that dress though? Listen, okay. So I went to that video was shot in New York, and I had gotten, since we go, this is Black Girl Magic right here, okay? I went with Kalani, my dear friend who's my makeup artist. And I thought I had a correct bra for that dress. Okay,
Child.
it was a deep one. I was like, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. Listen, I put that bra on and it was showing, and I was like, what am I gonna do? Lonnie ended up duct taping like a makeshift bra.
Ma'am,
Honey,
okay.
yes.
Shout out to
Come through,
Kalani.
Kalani.
And Shell Salon, shout out.
Right.
So
Yeah, we're just gonna take these up right quick.
That's it. That's it.
I know, right? Listen, she comes through in the clutch. Okay, everybody needs a friend who will come through for you in the clutch for real.
Yes.
So
I love it.
whenever I see that red dress, I always think about that. Like, yo,
Yes.
it would have turned out so differently. If she
And
had
shout
not
out to
been there.
sister friends who come through for the wardrobe.
That's
mishap,
right.
honey.
That's real.
Mm-mm.
That is super real.
Yeah.
I see you,
So-
Steffi. Steffi said stylist tip. I know that's right,
Yes.
girl. Steffi done got me out of many wardrobe misfunctions.
And I be having a lot of wardrobe. Y'all knew at the album release party when I literally fell on stage. Did y'all?
Yes, I remember this.
You had to do that later on.
But you worked it so well though. Like you was down and you was back up. It was very Beyonce vibes. It was like we said yes, and I was like, go ahead, sis, and do your thing.
It ain't about how you fall, honey. It's how you get up.
Yeah, get up.
Amen.
I feel. You know what's so crazy? And this is what I
Yeah.
think about, like when I think about like the spaces that we're in, right? Like I was so happy and excited that night that really there was. I mean, literally, that was like the worst thing that could happen, right? Like you toppling
That's up
over on
there.
stage, like
That's
that's
up
like your nightmare.
Yes.
But I was so happy. I was like, that's fine.
Whatever. Yeah. Like,
Bounced out.
In my dress. Listen.
right.
Oh,
Oh wait, it ripped your dress?
Oh my gosh, yes. And then Kalani came up and like she's like pinned it and like sewed it.
Oh my God.
God
jumped up
bless.
on
I miss all of that.
And I was
Yes.
like, ah.
See that's how flawless it was though. So you
I was
She's
like,
like, wait a minute now.
okay.
Listen, okay,
Yes.
wait, let us just have a moment for that. You are singing on stage mid-song. Your stylist is fixing the back of your dress, ma'am. You do not miss a note or a beat, and the show goes
Nuts.
on.
Nuts.
Kudos. And you get a toast to that.
Cheers
sis.
to you.
You're right.
Cheers to you.
You're right.
Because we be making
That's
magic happen on the damn
funny.
stage.
Real. That's
Oh my
real.
gosh.
And you still damn near sold out the second night. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like
so
you
killed.
just killed it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
And I want to give a shout out to y'all. Okay, Cherry Joy, we have a song together on White Notes.
Yes.
It's called Melanin, which is beautiful.
Good stuff.
Mo
Good stuff.
was on Ordinary People. Raj helped me. Let me just talk about these sisters right here. Raj helped me out with these backgrounds on Before Dark. So let's not play around, okay? You know, anybody who says that or thinks that you can do anything by yourself, that is not
Right.
true.
Right.
It always has to do with the people that you surround yourself with. And that's the reality. Like, whenever we see people who are like, oh my God, they're so successful, they did not do that by themselves.
That's right.
They were
Mm-mm.
surrounded by people who loved on them. And
Yeah.
so I'm so thankful for you sisters right here. Okay?
Of course.
Oh, we love you.
I love you
sis.
for
you, sis.
Seriously.
Love you.
when you win, we all win. You know.
Exactly.
When I win, we,
Right.
that's what it's about. That's
Yeah.
what it's about.
For sure.
Exactly.
That's right.
So I have one more question though before
Yes.
you. So what is your post corona artist performance life look like? Like what is coming up for you next and what you got going on, girl?
Oh my gosh. So, you know, I've been doing a lot of like virtual type things, like for different organizations. I'm actually going to be singing this Sunday at a get together. And I've been recording, I've been working on new music.
Nice.
And, you know, just trying to, like we all are, just trying to figure this out, figure out what it looks like.
Girl.
Yeah.
So,
And stay sane in the
you
process.
know, like,
amen.
Amen.
oh yeah, recently I did City Park Jazz, and that was so, even though we had no audience, it was so nice being on a stage.
Y'all crushed it.
Mhm.
Like,
It was beautiful.
I was like, oh my God, like I haven't been on stage in like 5 months, y'all. Like,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
know it.
So
Y'all killed it,
it
too.
did feel like coming home, and so I look forward to, you know, just figuring this out and doing what I love.
Yeah.
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 And you still got merch for set.
Phenomenally, sis. Oh, sorry. No, go ahead, Carrie.
No. I was just trying to make the plug so we get the dollars, to get the coins.
Get the bag, sis. Get the bag.
But because I know you're still selling merch and obviously still performing virtually and stuff like that. So yes, please y'all visit IamSuch.com. Make sure you are supporting our wonderful sister Empower this week. Such, thank you so much for being here.
Yes, thank you, sis.
Love you.
You guys can head on over to IamSuch.com. She is also on Instagram at IamSuch. Everywhere she's IamSuch. Twitter, go follow her, show her some love. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
All right, fam. Until next time, we will see you next week. Same time, same place, 5 p.m. If you're not following us on Instagram, it is @thesip_podcast. You can follow us at www.thesippodcast.com. We'll see y'all next time.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace.